Grace and peace be with you. And welcome to Dysart United Methodist Church. It is a beautiful day, and I am grateful to be here this morning because I'm glad to be back from annual conference, and I am grateful and excited that I have been appointed to be your pastor for another year. So, I'm excited. And I think I'm going to invite Marilyn up to give her report from annual conference. And for any of you that I can see that Becky probably wants to make an announcement, and if there's any others, please find your way up front because we need to have them go up front. So thanks, Marilyn. Go ahead.
Okay. Good morning and happy Father's Day to all of you. Last weekend, Pastor Linda and her husband and I were in Des Moines for the annual conference. And the theme for this year was Imagine a Faithful Church, a Healthy World. Bishop Trimble, in his Episcopal address, asked this question of everybody: do you know why we are here? He answered it this way: we are here because we are family. And when we gather as a family, God is always with us, stirring our imaginations, moving our hearts, and freeing lives from the bondage of sins and fears. The new conference treasurer, Terry Montgomery, presented the budget for 2015. It is set at $16,014,097, which is actually a decrease from 2014. Montgomery stated that his priority is balancing the budget. He said 20% of the apportionments are received in December each year, while expenses run throughout the year. Monthly budgets will be developed to aid in balancing the budget. 6 special offerings were received during the 2014 session, totaling over $100,000. The Clergy Assistance Fund raised $3,600 during the clergy session on Friday. The Justice for Our Neighbors offering was $6,500. The Nigerian Student Scholarship Fund offering received $4,200. Imagine No Malaria received an offering of $13,000. The special collection for the diaconus was $5,200. The Bishop's Discretionary Fund netted $3,700. The service for the ordering of ministry celebrated the recognition, commission, and ordination of 26 individuals. Some of you may remember Alan Kraft from LaPorte City. And Alan, I spoke with him at conference, and he recently graduated from seminary. And he has been serving the Colesburg Church, and he's going to be moving to Lamont. And I also understand that we have another connection because his wife works for Craig Clark. 36 ministers are retiring this year. Among them are Bob and Martha Ward from Ankeny. Now, I have a special connection with Bob and Martha because several years ago, they were the minister of my mother and uncle and aunt's church in Waterloo. And I know that they also have connections because there are some people from Dysart who attend his church in Ankeny. Dr. Eugene Frasick, former director of Indian Education for South Dakota, gave a very interesting and informative address about his Indian heritage and problems faced by the many Indian tribes today. There were 2 legislative actions which brought out quite a bit of discussion. They involved immigration and lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgendered persons. In regard to immigration, this phrase was added to the end of one of the actions, but not before those who have legally applied. In Action 1, Item 105, it was approved by 61% of the members of the conference session, and it says, it affirms the conference's commitment to the ecclesiastical rights of all persons and declares its opposition to continued distinctions of church law that restrict ministries to LGBT persons. Now, I have the actions in my manual. If anyone wants to look at them further, there I'd be welcome to share it with you. The announcement of 5 rural churches which are going to be closed. And one of them, I'll name the 5, they were very small, and the Wayland was one of them, Ellis in Hardin County, Wesley United Methodist in Kossuth County, Kirkville, Missouri, Kirkville United Methodist in Wapello County, and Jerome United Methodist in Appanoose County. When they announced the Ellis one in Hardin County, I remembered that Mary Aschenbrenner brought to our church a piece of furniture that we have over here, keeping some music. And at the time, she said that it was from a rural church that was closing. And I've talked with Mary, and Mary's mother was the organist and pianist at this church in Hardin County, and Mary and Jay were married in the church. And this piece of furniture that holds the music over here was given in memory of Mary's grandmother at that church. So we're very fortunate to have it here. One of the highlights of the conference was the appearance of the opera star Simon Estes. And he told of his concert called the Iowa Students Care Christmas Concert, which was given last December, and it raised $100,000 for the Nothing But Nets program. He spoke of additional donations he'd been promised from other major donors in coming months, invited conference attendees to purchase the CD of the conference, from which $5 of every one would be given to Imagine No Malaria. And then Pastor Chad Hennings of Christ Community Church in Marion rode his bicycle through the hall and announced that he will be riding 800 miles through the 8 conferences of the North Central jurisdiction to raise funds for 1 net per mile. Imagine No Malaria was established in 2012 with the goal of raising $2 million by 2015 to fight malaria deaths in Africa through communication, education, treatment, and prevention. Monday afternoon, Reverend Katie Dawson, Iowa's Imagine No Malaria coordinator, announced a new total of $2,009,907. I was very glad because I thought maybe they were going to lock the doors until they got the $2 million before they let us out. Next year's conference will be June 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th in Des Moines. Thank you for allowing me to be your representative this year.
Thank you, Marilyn, and thank you very much for. She took lots of notes, so that was really great. Thank you, Becky. You have an announcement.
Good morning and happy Father's Day. I would like to invite everybody following church to our Father's Day brunch. It will be held in the Fellowship Center. The Mission Committee, I am the Mission Chair, Becky Lassen, and we have prepared a really good brunch for you guys. We are serving breakfast pizzas along with Little Smokies wrapped in bacon, cinnamon rolls, and fresh fruit. So what I'd ask is everybody to come in after church, find a place to sit down, and then we will get started serving as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Becky. I also have a clipboard on behalf of the head usher, Don Lyons. I'd like to pass this around and for you to consider being an usher greeter over the next several weeks. So I'm going to start there and I'll get around. You might see some flyers around, and I'm just going to explain this very briefly. We're having an orientation/youth potluck on this Wednesday, June 18th at 5 p.m. And this is for all the 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. And it's for the 9th graders because we had some 8th graders that were confirmed they're going into 9th grade. And they would like to come together and help the new folks get involved in confirmation and in youth group. And on the back of the flyer are 2 events that are open to everyone. And one is the Northeast District UMC Campout at Backbone State Park, which is Friday, August 1st. And then there's a swim party at Friday, August 8th from 8:45 to 10:45 at the Falls Aquatic Center in Cedar Falls. So, and it's not too late to sign up for the volunteer and mission trip to the Holy Land. This Sunday is Peace with Justice Sunday, and we have a short video called Forgive the World.
Lay down your weapons, lay down your shields, give away the things your hearts concealed. Were you afraid of what you'd find? The looking glass is there to make you shine. We are all so fragile, broken piece by piece, reflections of each other as we're falling to our knees. Forgive the world, forgive them one and all. Believe in love and understanding behind your lonely walls. Cry for your enemies and laugh like children again. What you thought would end it all is where it all begins. Haven't you heard? The gift is yours. Forgive the world.
The United Methodist Peace with Justice Sunday offering each year supports peace education and reconciliation work around the world. Your gifts support cross-cultural reconciliation, training in conflict resolution, help those in war-torn nations begin anew, and teach children to live lives free from violence. Half of the money you give pays for peace efforts in your own annual conference, and the other half to efforts around the world. Please give generously. Your gift makes a world of difference. Thank you.
We are a people gathered together by a sign, and that sign is the water of our baptism. It is a sign that we are God's reconciled and forgiven people, so let us worship God.
I will come to you in the silence. I will lift you from all your fear. You will hear my voice. I claim you as my choice. Be still and know I am here.
I am hope for all who are hopeless. I am eyes for all who long to see. In the the shadows of the night, I will be your light. Come and rest in me.
Do not be afraid, I am with you. I have called you each by name. Come and follow me, I will bring you home. I love you and you are mine. I am strength for all the despairing,
Healing for the ones who dwell in shame.
all the blind will see, the lame will all run free, and all will know my name. Do not be afraid, I am with you. I have called you each by name. Come and follow me, I will bring you home. I love you and you are mine. I am the word that leads all to freedom. I am the peace the world cannot give. I will call your name, embracing all your pain. Stand up now, walk and live. Do not be afraid, I am with you. I have called you each by name. Come and follow me, I will bring you home. I love you and you are mine. Do not be afraid, I am with you. I have called you each by name. Come and follow me, I will bring you home. I love you and you are mine.
Please stand as you're able and join with me in our call to worship. Our world is overwhelmed with suffering and despair. Our world is filled with violence and hatred. Our world is one of rife with greed and exploitation. Lord, as we gather together this day, we proclaim your power and your love as the center of our being. And in worship and praise, we embrace your vision of peace, shalom, for us and for all of creation. And as we do that, let us remain standing and sing Morning Has Broken. It is found in the red hymnal number 145. You may be seated. And please join me with our opening prayer. Open to your creation we come. Like a wave falls onto its shore, we come. Like a bird lands in its nest, we come. Like the first star of the night,